Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. What's up? I'm here to talk some more boxing. Alright, so Jermall Charlo versus Brandon Adams, right? Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Charlo brothers, right? I wasn't like the biggest fan of the Charlos. Actually, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Jermall Charlo, you know, because out of both of them, he just seemed like the most erratic. Like, he just seems like the most, you know, out there, you know, especially like with his you know, decision loss to Tony Harrison. A lot of people were saying that Charlo was robbed in that fight. I watched that fight like 4 times. I don't see it. I don't think that Charlo got robbed. Charlo was missing. Like, he was missing a lot of his shots. And, you know, like, he had a lot of power blows, which was cool. Like, he had a lot of power blows and all that stuff. But, you know, boxing is a sport of hit and not getting hit. And Charlo, he got hit a lot. You know, he just couldn't, he couldn't hold up to, he couldn't, like, he was just, I really think that Tony Harrison just did a great job in just moving out the way. Like, you know, because even though some of that power would hurt, it would definitely hurt. But I didn't see it happening. But Jermall is a little bit more, you know, easy going. Like, he's a little bit more cool, a little bit more family oriented, and I think that has to do with that twin thing. You know, I know we all probably know a pair of twins where, you know, one is really erratic and one is like super somber, you know, or like one is like always happy and one is like off to the side, kind of like not saying much. I feel like there's a counterbalance to it. I think since Jermall has like that a super aggressive attitude, I think Jermall's kind of just like, nah, let me chill, because that version of me already exists, literally. Now, Jermall versus Brandon Adams. Now, up to this point, I had no idea who Brandon Adams was. You know what I'm saying? But looking at some of his fights and some of his highlights, he's got the same kind of style that the Charlos do, at least in my opinion. Because he comes forward a lot. Like, he'll take a hit and he'll come forward a lot, but he's got that power. You can see, like, in his physique when he stood there, with, like, during the weigh-in, you know, you can see, like, he's got that thickness to his muscles and that suppleness. So that shows that he has a lot of power in his hits, especially like maybe in his overhand right, you know, which might be like something that Charlo has to look out for. But what I'm gonna say is, this is a prediction video. This is not really like a breakdown of who they both are as fighters. So my prediction for this is, honestly, if Jermall doesn't pump that jab, like if he doesn't like stay out of dude's range, like because dude is good at getting in. Brandon Adams is good at getting in. He's gonna get in. Like, that's just period. He's gonna get in, but it's gonna really show if Jermall can take a punch. That's really it. It's gonna show like if he can take an actual blow to the chin, or like a real serious punch, because I don't know. I feel like in previous times, he probably wasn't as seriously tested, but now this is going to be a fight that tests his mettle, you know, because, I mean, usually he's the hardest puncher coming into the fight. But now, like, seeing that he has, you know, Adams, you know, going against like a pretty good contender, I don't know, man. I'm not going to say, if it goes, like I said, when it came to Pacquiao Thurman, if it goes to decision, it's probably going to go to Jermall. It's probably going to go to Jermall. But there's a huge chance that Brandon could do this by stoppage, honestly, because the one thing about it is, when you have a short, aggressive guy who's got those short arms, who can just keep throwing, like, if you look at someone at the end of a punch, right, like their hand is all the way out. If you look at my fist, you see how long that is? Like, you see how long that is, especially like when you're coming all the way out and retracting it back in. Well, with shorter guys, they have almost half that distance. And, you know, Jermall is the taller person. I'm sorry to keep mixing up their names, but Jermall is a taller guy, but he's got like the shorter range. And because of that, his range is short. It takes like a half a second less to get it back. So he can just keep throwing them bitches. A big example of this will be Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz, where Ruiz just kept throwing them bitches. Like, kept throwing them up and down, left and right. Because of that, and because because his range isn't so long, he has better leverage over his punches. So he can, like, just, all he has to do is turn for an overhand right slightly. All he has to do is turn slightly for an uppercut. And all he has to do is turn slightly for a straight arm, you know, for a straight right or a straight left. You know, the degrees of it are very, very small. Very, very small in comparison. So What I'm gonna say is this: I think that Jermall has a good chance. If Jermall can keep him at the end of his reach and hit him with that power shot, then that'll be it. If he knows how to pump that jab, because he does, he has a really good. He knows how to pump jabs. He knows how to go for the knockout too. You know, he's not gonna be afraid to fight him. But if it doesn't go 12 rounds, if it goes 12 rounds, I see Jermall winning by decision. But if it doesn't go that long, it could probably be stopped by Adams in the 7th, maybe in the 8th, maybe less. Because he's not gonna punk Charlo. Like, that's one thing he's not gonna do. He's probably not gonna punk Charlo. But since this is a prediction video and I do have to pick a side, honestly, I mean, I know he's the underdog, but for some reason, I just see, like, I think maybe Brandon has this one. Like, you know, this might not be, this might not be the most accurate, but I mean, just based off his aggressive style, I think he might have it. You know, just when it comes to sheer amounts of punches, or just sheer amounts of like how like, you know, if he knows how to use that range and get in, because he will, I think it's gonna cause some serious problems for Charlo. But both of these probably go, like, if it goes to decision, if Charlo just knows how to keep him at the end and just, you know, kind of dance around him and then wear him out, because that's a possibility too, because he's such an aggressive fighter. You know, he can probably just wear him out and then go to work on him. Or, you know, he knows how to pace himself, he knows what situations he's in, and not go immediately for that knockout blow. So like I said, you know, either way, you know, it could go, but I think that I'm probably gonna lean a little bit more towards Adams, because you know, I'm a huge, you know, I big up the underdog, you know, because everybody always goes in expecting like the bigger guy to win, and then this fight, the A side of this fight is definitely the Charlo brothers, you know. So with that, but that's not saying that I dislike him, you know. I didn't really care too much for Jermall, I won't lie, you know, I'm not really a huge Jermall fan. But, I mean, Jermall seems to have himself a little bit more calm, cool, and collected, and he seems to stay away from the bullshit. So, but yeah, with that being said, like I said, it's either going to be 12-round decision either to Jermall, you know, or it's going to be maybe a 7th or 8th round knockout by, you know, by Adams. That's my prediction. But with that being said, you know, let me know what you guys think. It's gonna be a good fight. It's definitely gonna be a good fight. You know, I can't wait to watch it. You know, I can't wait to see it. So, but yeah, man. Good luck to you guys. Fight hard. You know what I'm saying? And no matter who loses, you know, you both are still relevant boxers. You're both still great boxers. You both still made it to a high level. And don't let anybody ever tell you that your career is over just after one loss, or don't ever just let somebody tell you that your career is done when you just don't perform your best on some nights. Sometimes it just happens. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I hope you guys do great. And, you know, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Peace.